When I was first told the topic of this talk, I thought to myself, what is a beginning? What exactly is a beginning? What makes a beginning a beginning? A beginning can be as small as meeting a new friend or starting a new book, yet can be as big as starting a new business. Inspiration often comes from two completely different ends of the road, positivity and negativity. Normally, people get inspired from the positive side of the road, which is where us humans often find the motivation. However, wiser people get inspired from both ends. Getting inspired by negativity is the art of believing in yourself, the art of trusting yourself and the possibilities that life can offer. So what makes successful men and women different than the rest? It is their ability to trust that not everything always goes as planned, and it's okay. And it's their ability to turn the negative into positive. This is ambition, working towards a better life with full determination and energy. And to turn negativity into positivity, one has got to be so optimistic, so sure of themselves, and convinced that they're proficient at what they do, so that when the negative comments are said and the animosity starts to appear, the strong and capable version of themselves won't allow anybody into thinking anything other than that. I come from Syria, a country that has been suffering from war for more than 9 years now. 6.6 million people have been displaced, and my family and I are a part of those people. Living in war zone has always been a condition others had to deal with. And one day I woke up to the realization that I became the others to this world. I came home to the news that my family and I are starting a beginning far away from here. I thought to myself that there's simply no positive outcome from this change. I was upset, I was devastated, my heart felt completely empty. I simply didn't know what I was going to do. But yet again, I was 7 years old, and my decision and my point of view was definitely not going to be part of my parents' decision. So I had to move on. And then came the day I feared, the day I never wanted to come, and definitely the day I never expected to come. Throughout the whole flight heading to Dubai, I knew to myself, or at least tried to convince myself, that this was just a dream. But listening to the captain's, to the pilot's words, cabin crew prepare for landing, that's when I knew it was not a dream and it's time to face reality. So I had no option but to put on my strongest and bravest face and go through this change once and for all. When I first landed in Dubai, I headed to a school and was put in a classroom with people of different nationalities and backgrounds. It was hard to adapt, but I managed. 2 months later, my parents told me that we're moving again to another school. It was hard, but I also managed. I was put in a classroom with people of different nationalities and backgrounds, and it was even more diverse than my previous classroom. 6 years down the road, I see myself open yet to another changing school experience. This time, I convinced myself that I was ready. I was really ready to go through this change, and I was able to adapt. But I only found myself crying myself to sleep every single night about the fact that I was no longer starting high school with the people I always expected to. I was really upset, but again, I had nothing to do. I simply had no choice yet to continue moving on. After visiting Syria, after moving away for 8 years, I see myself visiting the old city of Damascus, which I call my home. After visiting my home and seeing that it's still suffering from war upset me. In fact, it truly devastated me. But what inspired me the most is that those who had nothing were able to inspire those who have everything. And that's when I realized a successful student isn't someone who maintains a 4.0 GPA or someone who wins a basketball tournament. It's someone who turns nothing into something and inspires those who have everything. Those who were deprived of everything they ever possessed had the inspiration. They had the motivation to begin once again. And that's truly what inspired me, because those who suffered a life like no other and we're truly left with the bare minimum, we're able to begin once again. So that's when I knew if there's one thing I'm taking away with me when I head back to Dubai, is that a person always has to seek for positivity, even when the circumstances don't seem encouraging, and stand by that. And when there's no positivity, it's one's duty to shift the negative into positive, and always see positivity. It's all in the mind, and most importantly, it all starts in the mind. Your ideas, your thoughts can be the masters of your life. So choose them wisely, for they will inspire beginnings that can lead you to beautiful, unexpected destinations. If it wasn't for those changes that I've been through, I wouldn't have the privilege to be here today telling you my story about beginnings.